When you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a beautiful morning. It is Thursday. We's ready to check these buttons. Thank you for tuning in once again. We got a very hot topic, hot debate. As you know, one of the biggest stories of the year broke yesterday, in which the League of Legends fighting game, a piece of it was revealed, and the whole Riot getting into the FGC, Esports blowing up bigger than ever. The FGC is overreacting, underreacting. Everybody's just reacting. Let's go. All right, first up is that hype. Of course, people are hype. I know I was, when you hear the news, because for one, you got Street Fighter heads, OG Street Fighter heads, that were just like pretty much heading up this project. You got Seth Killian, who's one of the biggest Street Fighter OGs there is. You know what I'm saying? This was his like baby. This was his original project. Now he's not with them anymore, but of course he had a lot to do with it. On top of that, you got the Cannon brothers, who are a huge part of the FGC, huge part of EVO as we know it, and it's definitely kind of having like a Street Fighter feel, I mean, right now that it looks anyway. So you take that into consideration with the fact that LOL, League of Legends is one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game to ever exist. Then you got Riot backing them. It looks like they just have all this momentum. People are hype. But it starts right here with Martin that says, I'm excited for the Riot fighting game because Tom Cannon wouldn't do us wrong with bad online play. GGPO was probably the first thing they put in the game. The FGC lives. With people adding to that hype as well, pretty much saying, you know, they're all for it. Can't wait to play it. And you got people like Jonathan here looking at it from a different perspective saying, you know what? The FGC just doesn't know what they want. Right here posting, I'm stoked for it personally. It's a huge opportunity for the FGC to grow, but people don't know what they want. My ass is definitely doing a 24-hour stream day one. And of course, with anything this big, you have people that have concerns. They're like, yo, we don't really know about Riot. We don't really know about esports on the level that they deal with esports. So when they come into the FGC, is it really going to shake us up that much? Are we going to know how to deal with it, or are we pretty much just going to sell out? But to that, others actually bring up a good point right here, saying we also almost know nothing about it, and any footage we saw can easily change in the next couple years or even months. There's reasons to be excited, but not a lot of info to be making assumptions off of, especially to those saying it'll ruin the community. So of course you got those two sides kind of going back and forth, trying to figure out how they exactly feel, but there's a lot in the middle. There's a lot of lukewarm. They're just like, nah, I don't really know how to feel about it. Don't know a lot of information. Not really worried about esports and it ruined the FGC. I just want to know about the game. Is the game going to be any good, and how are they going to run it? And with that in mind, a lot of people are thinking, is this going to be team-based? Like, imagine if they try to do it like team-based in order to do like a real esports feel. Like, can they make this that huge if it's truly a one-on-one fighter game, or will it change? Or I mean, I can't even say will it change because it might very well be that way now, but will it just be something that's, you know, based around teams? And then you got Aziz that brings up another good point, saying, all I know is that I got scared looking at this animation, making me think of Laura. Please do not copy any ideas from Street Fighter V to make that game. That's all I ask. And then you got Scar. Y'all know Scar. He brings up another interesting point that I didn't even think about. He says, so I'm hearing if you plan on competing in Riot Games' new fighting game, you will only be able to compete in that exclusively and won't be able to compete in other fighters. Are you willing to make that sacrifice? Just curious. So apparently, and I'm new to this as well, it looks like Justin Wong actually posted this a little bit on this as well. Apparently, like what they've done in the past is that with certain competition, like in Riot Games, you have to like possibly get like an exclusive contract. You can only play their game for competition, but you do get a salary. So a lot of people are thinking like, are they going to take this same approach with this game? But other people are pretty much shooting it down. They're like, no, I don't think that's possible with this type of game. Matter of fact, they haven't really done that all the way through. So I think with this, they're going to let it be. So, I mean, we'll see. And with that in mind, people loving it, people hating it, people that can't wait to play it, and people that's worrying to see if it's going to ruin the FGC forever. You got people like Hook and God that reply with these golden nuggets right here that's saying, if that top 32 money and salary looking crazy, fuck these poverty games. So there you have it, everybody. Definitely let me know how you feel. I know this is a huge debate. There was a lot of comments on yesterday's video. If you didn't get to see it, I'll post it. I'll tag it right here at the end of this one, so you can definitely check it out. But I would think that is like Hook and God. Now that's funny and stuff like that. Let's face it though, it's real talk. We've been waiting. I feel like the FGC, we know that we've been so underrated. There's been a lot of games, especially like, hold on now, Melee. Melee comes to mind. You know why? Because they have the numbers. They have such a following, but through Nintendo and their tournaments, these guys don't get paid shit. Now, with Street Fighter, Tekken, all these guys are just as skilled, just as dedicated, just as hardworking than any shooter game, than any whatever hell any kind of esports game is out there, we deserve the same payout. We deserve the same success that anybody else does. So that's why when I read stuff like this from Hook Gang God or Chris G that says, I'm trying to get this money or I'm trying to be League of Legends, period, I just think it makes sense. And I think it's real talk, especially if this is your livelihood and you're a competitor. And ladies and gents, real quick, last but not least, we got a special trailer that we're gonna check out, the quick version. I'll post the link of the full version down below, but definitely check it out. I spoke to the homie Lapchi. As you know, Canada Cup, one of the premier events every year for the FGC, Capcom Cup Pro Tour, all that good stuff. It is coming in a couple of weeks. Matter of fact, at the end of this month, which would make it the first weekend, I believe it's like the 1st and 2nd of November. I'll post all those dates down below, but check it out. They just dropped this hype-ass trailer. Let's peep it.
He doesn't need to. Oh, Canada takes it.
And he's got it! Shin is your Canada Cup! Oh, that's it. That's it! And Chai Ridley takes it!
Can he do this? Can he get that? Oh my God! So trying to push.
Oh, he wants to do it.
Is that it?
He's
Oh!
gonna do it! Tokido!
Will the US win a premier event?
Knuckle Dew is your
Kogoichi just waiting out. The gravity do it!
And the mirror will finish it
Oh,
off!
dude.
Oh, it was a power shield though, maybe.
Oh, and he goes through.
And Duck with the 3-0 over Hungry Bucks takes it.
We proudly introduce you to Canada Cup Gaming 2019. Introducing Brian Drummond as the original voice actor for Vegeta in DBZ, and Peter Kalamis as the original voice of Goku. Another challenger? You look like you're from.
This is Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. I too will have to see if Vegeta and Goku souls are worthy. I'll see you at Canada Cup Gaming.
The original Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat movie and game, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, will be making a special guest appearance.
Shang Tsung wins. Flawless victory.
We have competitive esports professionals Daigo, Justin Wong, and Takedo. Show up and witness the best competing with the best in this year's tournament. Additional special guest appearances include Danny Riel, Vicky Lee, and Holly Wolf.
So as you know, Canada Cup, man, it's been in the FGC forever. They just get bigger and better every year. He outdoes himself, they outdo themselves. I have never been there. I really hope I get to go to Canada for the first time ever, let alone Canada Cup. I'm gonna try to make it happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but anyway, I hope to see you guys there, man. If not, definitely watch it online. We're gonna post all the information and keep you guys up to date with it as well. Let me know what you think. See you bright early tomorrow morning. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.